Hello and welcome to Bite Size Pixels. In today's tutorial, we will be creating a wireframe for a website in Adobe Photoshop. First thing you want to do is go to File and New and just name this project Wireframe. I'm going to put my width at 960 pixels and my height at 1000, the resolution at 72, and then I'm going to just click OK. Just want to create a new layer on the side here, and I'm going to call this one Header. Click Enter. Going to click on my marquee tool, the rectangle, and at the top here where it says Style, I'm just going to click Fixed Size, and I'm going to put the width at 960, but the height I'm going to put at 150. Once I click on my header layer, it will come up with a shape which is identical to the measurements that we've put in the top there. So I can colour this in by clicking this tab down here and just giving this a nice grey. I can click on my paint bucket tool and just click in the centre of the shape. Up here you can move your images with this move tool, and whilst you've clicked on the layer you can move it around to where you want it. So for this one I'm just going to put it in the top there, and I'm just going to use my magic wand tool to deselect this image. The magic wand tool, if you need to select a certain image, you can click on it to highlight it and then move it around, but it's also good if you need to deselect it. I'm just going to use my text tool here now and just click in the top of here and start writing website header. Now you probably can't see your text right now because we've got it highlighted to be the same color as the header. So if you ensure that you can just highlight the text that you've just written, just click on the top there, or you can just choose a font color which stands out a bit more and just click OK. You can also change the style of your text just on here as well if you want to. And also if you want to change the size of it, you can do just by using the top there. If you click off this, you'll notice that in your layers bar it now has a text layer, and it even writes down what it is, website header, which is what you've written there. Just going to create another one at this moment and just click down here and put 960 pixels times 150 pixels. Once you click off this layer, you'll notice that that has also created a separate text layer. Once you've done that, I'm just going to lock these layers so that I know I can't accidentally move them. Even when I'm selected, there's nothing I can do because it is locked. So at this point, I'm going to create a new layer and I'm going to call this one Picture. With this one selected, I'm going to use my marquee tool, and with fixed size selected, I'm just going to give this a width of 900 pixels and a height of 225 pixels, and click Enter. So when I click on my page, it will give me the width and height that I've just entered, and with the same color I'm just going to color in my shape and just move it into position a bit more. At the top here you can align your shape to where you want it, but only when you've got others selected. So for the moment I'm just going to pop my picture just there. I'm going to use my text tool and just inside write Picture, and for this it's already put the text as a black colour for me, so I don't need to go and change that again. And then I'm going to create another text layer and just put 900 pixels by 225 pixels. This way I can use these dimensions as a reference for when I'm creating my website. I can create my boxes to the exact size of these and know that it should look pretty similar to these designs. Just going to lock these layers now and create a new one. I'm going to use the marquee tool again, and with a fixed size I'm going to do this at 445 by 150. Hit enter and click on my page, and you'll see this one's a bit shorter. It's going to colour that one in. And luckily with Creative Cloud it tells you where is good to put your image. It tells you where it lines up and everything like that. Now there's a bit of maths here. With the picture, this is 900 pixels across wide, and I wanted these images, you'll see another one in a minute, to be alongside underneath this. Now half of 900 is not 445, but I've taken away 5 from each of these boxes so that they should give a slight gap in the middle. Now I'm going to rename this layer as Introduction, because this is where I want to put my introduction and welcome in my website. Now I'm also going to show you, if you hold on to this introduction and drag it down to the new layer and let go, it will come up with Introduction Copy. If I lock my original introduction layer and just drag across, this layer is above this one, but it also allows me to just copy and paste that across. So once you've moved that correctly, also with Photoshop it's really useful to have rulers. You can click View and ensure Rulers is ticked, and you'll be able to just drag from the top and the sides to where everything aligns. So this may help you in some projects so that you know that it's all lined up. It could just be really useful. So now that I've got those highlighted and done, I'm just going to use my text tool and just quickly write on here Introduction. Create another one. I'm going to call this one Picture, because in this tab I want to have an image with a special offer of the week or something suitable like that. So I'm just, yeah, that's named that for me. And we just want 2 more. 445 pixels times 150 pixels. And with this one, again, you can just drag it down and it will come up with copy, and you can just drag that across. See, this is where it's useful because you can align all your text if you wanted to. So now I'll lock these layers and just create one more. This one is going to be for my text, so I'm just going to drag this underneath, and this may accidentally happen if you click on it and you forgot to change the fixed size. You can do this on a Mac. You can click Command D and it should just make it disappear. If not, you can go back or to edit and undo, step backward. So at the top here I need to change the dimensions of this. We're going to make it 900 pixels wide and 225 pixels high. Click enter, click on my page, and there it is. We'll click that colour in there and move it to where we want it. Use the text layer and create a text called text. And a new one, 900 pixels by 225 pixels. And we've got one more layer to add, and this one I'm just going to call footer. Using the marquee tool again, one last time, I'm going to make this 960 pixels wide. So this way it will match the website header, and we just want this to be 100 pixels high, because this can be to store copyright information and things like that. Click enter, and click like so, color that in. We'll just quickly name this one footer. I'll just call it 900 pixels times 100. And sometimes I'd like to just line these up so it just looks a bit more presentable. You might want to show this to a client or something one day with a bit more detail probably. Right, so this is a basic wireframe for a website. So this is the initial stages. You would obviously add to this. You could try the different pictures with the different color themes and see how it works. But this is pretty useful for you to know how big you need to make your website. You might realize at this stage that your picture needs to be bigger, might want to have it twice the size, or you might want to have it smaller. But it's a good way of looking at it in such a one page. One thing that you can do as well is if you click File and Export, Save for Web Legacy, this will actually make this image more suitable for the web as it is smaller. You can click Save, and basically it will still keep the quality, but it will just make the file size a lot smaller. So I'm going to keep this as wireframe and click Save. And then you can also save the PSD file as well by just clicking File and Save, and you'll see it's done it for you. Okay, and there we have it. Thank you for watching.